everyone, welcome to a new episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. I'm your host Kaylee Iwatari, and today we're going to finally get back into the game and finish it. I'm going to do case 5. Kind of already gone through this, but I had to re-record it, and I've had a new phone, and it was having some sound difficulties with it. Anyway, get into it. Here we are, case 5, Turnabout Ablaze. Final case. 2 cards. One of the Black Raven, and one of the White Raven. The country torn in two, one to the west, and one to the east. When those which were split are made whole again, the truth will reveal itself. It's the Yatagarasu! The Yatagarasu! Run away! Oh no! Shadowy Yatagarasu. You! Cursed Yatagarasu! Kate! You! 6 hours earlier. Man, it's intense. So that's what's gonna happen, but we haven't got there yet. We're back in time now. Back with Kay and Edgeworth. March 14th, 10:17 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Edgeworth's office. It's a nice, almost dreamlike to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind the past few days have been. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at the Gatewaterland theme park. And later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me back to my office, along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. How do I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back like this? Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. Mr. Edgeworth! This is big, I tell you! Hey, what's wrong with you? Where's your enthusiasm, Mr. Edgeworth? And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind. What are you talking about? Fragile dreams? Come on, we got more important things to worry about. Let's go! The fake Yatagarasu isn't going to just find herself, you know. Well, if you must know, it's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake. Say what? What? You really saw my fake? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search thus far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one, okay? But what's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep-talking to me right now? Anyway, I've got something much more important that I wanted you to see. Oh, and that is? It's this. Ta-da! Take a look at this. On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. That's quite a bold declaration to send an embassy. suppose it was inevitable that the newspaper would catch wind of this. The date the card mentions, it's today! Today? Huh. Come on, we've got to hurry! The embassy awaits! I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? Well, it's some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so like a Daskalo today? I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up. Well then, you should get too wound up too, Mr. Edgeworth. Because this just might be our chance to catch that woman. You mean Miss Yu? The woman who killed Kay's father burned Faraday 7 years ago. Callisto Yu. She claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom. She makes me so mad, the phony! Everyone knows that the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card until a company's underhanded dealings are made public. The target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasu has paid them a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome. I wonder. The Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article. It looks to me as though it could be genuine. See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. If this isn't a clue that woman's involved, then nothing is. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Out the door you go. Wait, there are a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found that last night here in my office. It's of a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why. What's up? Any reason why you're boring a hole through the newspaper with your eyes? No reason at all. Very well. Seeing as how Miss Yu is also someone of a special nature to me, I agree there is some merit to be found in investigating this. I knew you'd come around! Haha! Let's go! Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. March 14th, 5 p.m. Feature Neutralis. By the light of this night's glorious moon! We're ready! Ready to embark on our night's outing! Yeah! And this is where our tale begins! Steel Samurai! Yeah! Such a recurring character. What a coincidence. Who would have thought of this Steel Samurai stage show? Would ever be held in such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy? Yeah! The climax was really awesome, too! Steel Samurai Sushi Slice! I got chills down my spine when he pulled that move out. I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television. I have to say, though, this embassy is set up kind of funny. I mean, they have 2 countries sharing the same building. Well, as you said yourself, this place and its country, the countries it houses, are very special. Even this theater is special in that it is a neutral zone shared by the 2 countries. Okay, so let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show just now is being sponsored by one of the 2 countries? The one that's called the Kingdom of Alabast, right? Yes, it would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well. Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jammin' Ninja! Yeah, man! So awesome! The Republic of Babal is sponsoring a Jammin' Ninja stage show! Yeah! That's something for fangirls like me. We've totally got to see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. The Jammin' Ninja show is gonna kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end! You're come see it with me, right, Mr. Edgeworth? I mean, come on, it'll be awesome. So much better than that samurai of yours. You know, ever since I first met this girl, I've always had this inkling that what she really wants to be is not a great thief, but rather a ninja. And the Steel Samurai is much better, Kay. Because, yeah, he's a closet fan. So, anyway, about today's event, what's it called again? The Kingdom of Alabas versus the Republic of Babal. Goodwill Jubilee. I'm guessing that's how to pronounce those countries' names. I don't really know how they'd be pronounced, but that's how I'm saying them. Correct me if I'm wrong. The small European countries of the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature, and it was called the Principality of Cadopia. Is everything alright, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I'm alright. Moving on. Country is significant. After a period of civil unrest, the country split in two, though sign of their past remain. For example, their flags preserve the flower and butterfly motifs to this day. Cadopia, huh? The KG-8 incident and what was referred to as the second KG-8 incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Cadopia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split into two. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean? We're gonna figure that out, Edgy. Mr. Edgeworth! I know you're thinking about something, so tell me already. Oh, excuse me, what were we talking about again? If you would please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we were talking about the Alabas versus Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have had pretty bad relationship with each other, haven't they? But supposedly they've been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why they decided to hold this event. If that's the case, then why the verses? Also, both countries claim to own the real Prima Deck statue, a national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's the real deal. Okay, need I remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires? Well, when it comes to treasure, I can't help myself. You know that. I mean, it's treasure. Come on. Oh, she is... She had better be saying that in jest. Hey, I can read your body language, you know, and you've got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you. I know. And although we don't know if the Yatagarasu will really make an appearance, I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place. Okay, so, when I did this before, I had a lot of trouble with this part. I just, talked to everybody. I mean, I could still do that, but there's a lot of people to talk to. So, to move on, where is it? I think you just examined this thing? Yeah. This is what you need to examine and move on. You don't need to talk to everybody. There are pamphlets about the 2 embassies here on this table. It still looks weird to me. The country split into 2 a few years back. And they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since. Oh, I guess it's because they don't have the money to build 2 separate buildings, huh? I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll just help myself to one of these. Embassy guide, add to the organizer. That's all you need to do. What is all the hubbub about? Ugh! Hey, look! It's the Steel Samurai! Go get his autograph, Mr. Edgeworth. And he's got his son, the Iron Infant, with him, too! Yeah, it's like this whole family now. They just keep expanding this thing. Alright, Kay, I'll go see what's up with him. I mean, I would secretly like his autograph. May I speak with you for a second, Mr. Samurai? It's the Steel Samurai. Must not fanboy all over him. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you glaring at him for? Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen a superhero up close before. Yeah, 'cause he's a real huge fan. It looks like he's written something down for you. To Edgeworth from Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Tokyo. An autograph! Wow, an autograph! Pretty cool that you got one, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, you're just loving this, Edgy. Admit it. Steel Samurai's autograph received. Mr. Steel Samurai, Ambassador Elba is waiting for you, sir. Come with us, please. In this way, we will proceed to enter the Kingdom of Alabast. I shake the hand of the Ambassador. The Steel Samurai isn't only here for the 2 countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador to all. There he goes, off to spread goodwill to the world. He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he? What's that say? Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera. In just a few seconds, the Jammin' Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin' Ninja will enter the Republic of Babal. He is set to meet with the ambassador at Babal at that time. Dad, the Jammin' Ninja show is about to start. We've got to get back to our seats. Pronto. Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in ninjas. What? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. This show will change your mind. We have to hurry. Come on. I don't want to see the stupid ninja. If we miss even a second of the Jammin' Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you. I suppose you are not about to give me much of a choice in the matter, are you, Kay? Fine, I'll go watch your stupid ninja show with you. Oh, now that that's finally over, that grueling, miserable excuse for a show. Yeah, he wants the samurai back. I could listen to that a ninja marked for death's lullaby song all day. His superb playing and that sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. And his heart-wrenching voice, now that's the Jammin' Ninja's greatest weapon. Ah, those pieces of Jammin' Ninja merchandise over there. I've got to have them. I especially want the hair sticks they're selling exclusively at these shows. They're exactly like the ones the heroine, Princess Misolo, wears in her hair. Anyway, hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? You're thinking of going home, aren't you? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Yatagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely it was simply a prank. No way! I just know the Yatagarasu will show! But I thought you said that the Yatagarasu doesn't send calling cards. Yeah, I did, but... I figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase. But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card. A genuine fake. Well, how can I word this? The Yatagarasu's mark that's on the calling card is exactly like the same as my mark. Get it now? We've got a problem! Trouble brewing time. The Yatagarasu has been spotted in Alabast. What? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony! Ah! I'm gonna get you! Let me through. Hey, what gives? I'm sorry, but I will need to search you before you may enter. What the? Hey! The Steel Samurai just waltzed straight on through without one. Come on, I need to catch her. Now, if you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony's gonna escape. Okay. A country's embassy is considered to be a part of the country itself. If you won't go through the proper procedures to enter the country... Mr. Edgeworth! I'm going to enter through the ball. I'll climb over the wall into Alabast.
Hold it!
You would tell a prosecutor straight out that you intend to illegally enter another... Kay, are you listening to me? Nope, gotta get there. Come on, run away! Kay Faraday, and I'm coming through! Yes, and welcome. Someone, stop her! Anyone! March 14th, 6:12 p.m., open air stage. Hey, where are you? That fire, man. Don't tell me you really did find some way over this fence. Duh! Fire! This is too big for us to handle. Looks like the Yatagarasu came to a ball too. You accursed Yatagarasu. Okay, you had better be alright, wherever you are. We're back up to where the beginning started, where the cutscene started from. March 14th, 6:45 p.m., Babali's Embassy Secretariat's office. I told you it wasn't me!
Hold it!
Finally found you, Kay. Kay, are you alright? I look alright to you! Now, can you do something about this woman? Mr. Edgeworth! Detective Gumshoe? What is the meaning of this? Well, sir, it's, this. It wasn't me! He was already dead when I ran in here, hot on the heels of the fake Yatagarasu. Look, I only came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open-air stage. A suspicious person? A long black coat and a hood over their head. I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought that they must be the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased after them into the embassy, then into here, and then lost sight of them. But I just know that person is the one who did it. What are you so worked up over? There is no reason for you to be this loud. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Agent Lang's secretary, aren't you? Sheena, I believe your name is, correct? And if you are making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime. Is that also correct? You refuse to answer. I don't need to answer. You're merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority. Hey, pal! Just what the heck what is what you said just now meant? If it happened here, it's under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction. The end. And seeing as how this building is sitting on our soil, we can investigate wherever we'd like. Unfortunately, Detective, embassies are of a different matter. Huh? This office is considered to be a part of the Republic of Babal, which means that anything that happens in here defaults to the control of the Babalese government and Babalese law, giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights. Extraterritorial rights? Sir, do you really believe that the truth is out there? I didn't peg you for one of those there, sir. No, detective. Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place, which means we can do little here in this situation. No way, sir! Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home. Ugh. Mr. Edgeworth! Hey, you're not Mr. Edgeworth! In that case, allow me to join your investigation. Sorry, I didn't do her hold it. I wasn't sure if it was her. But Miss Montgomery, don't whip me, sir! Ambassador Poleno, I truly appreciate your allowing me to join the investigation. I love doing Francesca. She's so much fun. It's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly. Francisca. Well, I never imagined that I'd meet you here of all places, Miles Edgeworth. This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to conduct.
Hold it!
Oh, already? What is this? Ambassador Poleno. And you are? I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant. Assistant? Miles, what the heck do you think you're... assistant? Please, I implore you, Ambassador Poleno. Very well, I'll be counting on the two of you, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean by that, sir, that you'll be Miss Von Karma's assistant? I don't exactly have a choice in the matter, do I, detective? If I don't become Francisca's assistant, I can't participate in this investigation. There you go again. Just running your mouth with that aloof expression on your face. Francisca, please. I don't know what you're planning quite yet, but at least I do know this one thing, that you are now my subordinate, and I'm going to enjoy every last second of it. Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you should you have a brain lapse. Of course, I'll keep that in mind. If you are done playing games... Right, let's begin the investigation. Yes, but remember, you're my subordinate, so what I say goes. All right, Miles Edgeworth. The Bali's Embassy Secretariat's office, investigation time! By the way, detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here? Well, better late than never, right? Aether? I was placed on guard duty for the Bali's embassy today. And why are our police guarding an embassy? Well, on account of the card they got from the Yatagarasu. They called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Yatagarasu these past 7 years, it was a more or less mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me. Except for how mutually beneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. It looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty yet again. Look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it's out of my hands. But sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even packet noodles anymore. I mean, I'm so hungry, I don't get paid. Poor Gumshoe. Let's talk to, that's a statue. Let's talk to, these two. Start with Plano. I can't believe that Manny fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is. Ambassador Plano, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police, that and only that. I ask you to cooperate not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Cochin's as well. You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating! Here. I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these. I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe. Oh, no. These are simply coupons we distribute to promote Babal. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babal. Now I remember, the Republic of Babal is known for a feverish tourism industry. Alrighty, Manny Cochin. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased Manny Cochin. He was my secretary, and the embassy secretariat charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything, accounting, printing, taking care of our national treasure. I'm sorry, but did you say printing? Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy. I see. Please excuse my forwardness, however, I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before. Oh, yes. Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG-8 incident. The KG-8 incident? The defendant who was found innocent in that case was Manny. So your Mr. Cochin is the same man as the one in that case. It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and dove enthusiastically into this job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee this embassy's renovations. It really is a shame he had such a bright future ahead of him. Renovations, huh? What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations? We can't have tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're a poor nation, can we? So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is now no longer with us. Francisca, what can you tell me? Why are you here? Miles Edgeworth! What is it? Let me tell you something. You are counting my subordinate, and I'm going to relish in every last minute of it. And if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak to me with respect, or you shall be whipped and feel my wrath. looked with the giddy glint in her eyes. I don't think that will really be necessary, Francisca. Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you are still under me. I thought Francisca was flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling case. So then why is she here at the embassy? Did this case have something to do with that? I was investigating in the Alabastrian embassy when I got wind of this mess. Oh, that's right. The Yatagarasu was due to appear at that embassy as well. Yes, but the difference is that we didn't have a file over there. Although there was an incident in the Alabastrian embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the Babalese embassy. Ah, so Agent Lang is here as well, huh? I see you've met. Well, he's in the Alabastrian embassy, acting as bodyguard for Ambassador Elba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being there. So the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu?
Kay would never harm a soul, sir.
Kay? You remember, do you not, about the case we investigated together 7 years ago? That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday. So she's that feisty little girl, is she? Kay has been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she wound up here. Looking for the one who took her father's life.
I see. Well, I can relate to that, and I think I'm going to help her.
Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps on tricking us all.
How so, Detective?
The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret."
More logic.
But if all we've had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract, and it's going to on the rap sheet.
If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight.
I do wonder, though, if Callisto Yu really is the Yatagarasu. Alrighty. Gonna get looking around some more. Got the statue in a second. Come in front of it. This is a national treasure. Can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat. But there is a possibility that it is related to the murder, wouldn't you agree?
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force him to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof.
I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the Prima Deck statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look just like the Steel Samurai? They could be twins. Statue, jot it down. Okay. Knives.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack, sir.
Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately. I guess the handles all got burnt off by the fire. Ah, so even the knives fell victim to the fire. Ambassador Plano, are these knives yours? Why, yes, they are. They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Brabal. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabast's own set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each. But
But I can't believe the Babali's knives have been reduced to this state. Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release on the tang of this blade. Ambassador Paleno, what is this notch here for? Oh, that? It's a feature of these knives, whereas you can freely exchange the handle on them, so that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course. I see, so these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed. Interesting. Hey, it's another butterfly! I believe it is the symbol, the Republic of Babal. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. It definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism. Well, I've got a lot of patriotism too, sir! The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country. You may want to, Detective, however, I have yet to see the fruits of your desire. You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir. Poor Detective. Okay, are you alright? You believe me, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think I did it, right? Yes, of course I don't. And I promise to prove that it wasn't you. That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like, but it's only a matter of time before we take her in. It would be wise of you to give up while you can. No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying, and my investigation will prove that to be true. Go ahead and try then, if you're that confident. I can't allow this to continue in this way. I must prove her innocence, post haste. The small personal safe. This is Mr. Cochin's office. So perhaps he stored his most important documents in here. Of course. It's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without the key. Can't get over here yet. Sorry, but Interpol is still conducting its investigation beyond this point. I'm a subordinate of Miss Von Karma. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access? My superior clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near the site. You got it? If I let you examine the site, my superior would get really angry at me. You know, Mr. Edgeworth, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't we do as he says? Yes, I suppose we might as well. Yeah, well, let me check that out yet. Let's click the safe again. Okay. I think it's time for some logic, guys. Let's see, we have a locked safe. Can't use that yet. Stealing a secret. Butterfly, the ball. Francisca's return. What else do I have in here? That's it? Okay. I don't know if I can use any of it yet. Gotta be something, though. Maybe I can use the safe yet? I don't know. We'll try this. There we go. To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was
out to steal is in this very room.
Dirty secret?
Francisca, you're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence.
In that case, then, the person I'm looking for is here in Zababali's embassy, huh? Is that so? The head of the smuggling operation?
I think I just might need to ask Francisca about her smuggling case in more depth. Yep, that's all we needed for now. I thought it was that one. Francisca, tell me more. New topic. Francisca, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you are here right now is related to that.
Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off.
This accounting document.
It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all of the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the kingdom of Cadopia, which means that somewhere in the countries of Alabast and Babal is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring.
That's Francisca for you. She's amazing at pursuing this case with all she has. Jotted down the organizer. Okay. Actually, maybe I can, present the document to her. Maybe she'll tell me more about it.
We were able to finally obtain this proof of the smuggling operation through Interpol. So remember to take extra care when handling it, my subordinate.
She's enjoying the power of calling me her subordinate just a tad too much. That one's funny. That didn't give me anything else. Okay. Well, maybe he can tell us about it. You have more topics for me. What do you have to say about that? Ambassador Polano, I've been wondering if you might have some thoughts on this. I think that you would know more about the case than I. Yeah. He doesn't know anything about that either. But, he might know more about the statue. The statue resembles that here of the Steel Samurai, don't you think? I was thinking, what would you say to changing its name to the Steel Samurai statue? It just might attract a few more tourists to our country if I did, right? I'm not sure what to think. I thought that thing was a national treasure. Yeah. Maybe I can investigate the body now. Not yet. What am I missing? So our victim was a secretariat of this embassy, I take it.
Manny Cochin, I heard that he was an admirable person. Very admirable.
The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back.
We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle.
So Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room? Notes on Cochin's body, jotted down. Ah, here we go. Get to investigate the body. Manny Cochin. I've seen him before. He was a suspect in the KG-8 incident. And I saw him talking with the elder sister of the victim of that case, Miss Callisto Yu. I wonder if there is a connection between his murder and the KG-8 incident. Okay, what do I need to be looking for? This knife is important. Is this knife the murder weapon? Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade's shape was also found to be consistent with the stab wound. I suppose this means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife. This knife's got some really fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sir? This thing practically screams artsy at me, too. Although it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said was artsy. But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful. Got it down the organizer. Now there's one other thing I need. Here. There appears to be something in his pocket. This key. It can't be. Isn't this Yatagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago? What? But that's impossible. 7 years ago? Oh! You mean that case where I was framed, sir? Yes. It's a piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago, which was then stolen by Callisto Yu. What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir? I thought he was killed with a knife. Scruffy, at the very least, try to remember the details of crimes you were a suspect in. Francisca, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. I feel like a victim right now. All trampled on, sir. I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is... Start spinning it the wrong way. Is... Presto Changeo. Oh, wow, that's amazing, sir. It's like some kind of magic trick. Drop it down in the organizer. I knew it. This is the same exact piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern on the blade. I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it? Yes, it looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade. Vines, sirs? I think it looks like a bunch of, stars, if you ask me. It's one of the six-sided stars, just like the police mark on our IDs. I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement. The real question is, why was the Babali's embassy's secretariat holding this? Well, we don't know how Mr. Cochin came to possess this key, We do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Cadopian embassy.
That's right. Mr. Faraday had written that fact down in his organizer.
I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Cadopia.
Why don't you ask Ambassador Polano about what he knows? Supposedly he was a candidate to be the next Cadopian ambassador, once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have.
Okay, I'm probably done with the body, I think. Let me check. Yep, that was all I needed. Leno, give me more information, shall you, please? Ambassador Plano, I was wondering if I may ask you about Cadopia. Cadopia? Alright, what would you like to talk about? First, I'd like to ask you about this key. What about this key? I found it sticking out of Mr. Cochin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy, is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly. That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife. Oh? How fascinating! Is it possible that this ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key? And in its knife form, there is a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Cadopia. And how did you come to that conclusion? It is both of Cadopian's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here in the embassy back when we were still Cadopia. More logic, yeah!
Ambassador Polano, this key was stolen from the Cadopian embassy 7 years ago. By Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu.
Oh, really? You were not aware that Miss Yu had broken into this embassy at that time? I'm sorry, I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Babal became its own independent nation. But if Manny were still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then. Mr. Cochin and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago. But that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present, in this embassy. Well, you were of little help, Leno. I think it's time for logic. Alrighty. Butterfly motif. Butterfly Babal. The design on the knife's handle. It greatly resembles the special Babali species of butterfly.
It does, doesn't it? Plus it says right here, this knife is property of the Republic of Babal.
Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room. Okay, that's safe. Key used at embassy. We know for a fact that Yatagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim, Mr. Cochin's pocket. Which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office. Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out. It appears I was correct. The key that was left to us in the victim's pocket. It literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth. What do we have here? Hey, there's nothing inside. Do you think the Yatagarasu made off with everything, sir? No, Detective. I believe all we need is a closer look. Well, let's see here. What is this here? It looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir. No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe. Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch, not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I've ever seen paper stuck on the inside of a safe before. Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange. It's the safe. What do you mean? What I mean is that the secret to the safe is that... It has a crack there. It's completely... No, it has 2 compartments. Even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I'd say that there is an extra bit of space behind the back wall of the safe. In other words, the safe has a second compartment. What? I suppose that you're correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in a natural manner. However, if what you say is correct, and there's a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there's no other lock or keyhole in sight. Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on the safe. Oh? Yes, and I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock. The safe and its locks? Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduced your answer. Well, there's this little hole here. Hey, there's a hole here, sir. It's a little too oddly shaped for a latch hole. Wow, that's a funny shape for a latch hole, huh? It's shaped kind of like a star, don't you think, sir? Detective, I would hardly call that shape a star. There must be some reason for this hole. Well, there's gotta be some reason why that hole's shaped so weirdly, you know? Am I even thinking this? No, I don't think so. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Nah, there's no way I could ever do that, haha. Detective Gumshoe, could you please be quiet for a second? You're frightening me. Please, stop that, Detective. Deduce. There's a spot somewhere here that matches the evidence. Yes, there is. There's that bloody key. And... yeah. Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Francisca? This shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole for the safe lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more. Is that so? The person who used the safe, Mr. Cochin, made sure the safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to this hidden half to look so obvious like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out? You can't be serious! Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole for the hidden compartment of the safe? That's precisely what I'm saying. And I'll prove to you right now that the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it. The Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edgeworth, this had better be a very bad joke. Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment of the safe. We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe, but the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key.
shall whip you for your stupidity, Miles Edgeworth. Don't you dare disappoint me as being my subordinate. But Francisca, the answer is simple. It's right here. We discovered this trick 7 years ago, and with it, we were able to corner Miss Yu. But who would have thought that I'd see the key again after all this time? Oh, that's not where the trick is. Alright then, let's examine the blade. Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Cochin's safe in the Cadopian embassy. We confirm that as fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now, let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see? What are you talking? It appears that you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife's portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe. But that's preposterous! Because it looks like a knife, and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago. We fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of incredible importance. Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside! Scruffy, hurry up and open that safe! Get to it? No! Yes, sir. Opening it now, sir. These items, they're... Here's a bunch of funny shaped things. Hands away. Now move, Scruffy. I didn't think I was in the way. These pieces of art, they're identical to the ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world. I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required. Start there. This is a document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about. Beats me, sir. Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, Detective? Mr. Cochin's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is. These are pieces of stolen art from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one. Ugh! Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands! Why, do you have any idea what... Why, do you have any idea what could happen if if one of them were to break? Is it just me, or did she hit one of those pieces of art just now? Oh, right, I've got to deduce the paper, okay. Kind of forgot I had to do that. Maybe it belongs to this paper? That would make sense, don't you think? Take a good look at these documents, Francisca. It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here. Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3? Well, it certainly looks that way. By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have now found what you were looking for. Yes, and with this, it has become crystal clear. that Mr. Cochin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Babali's ink. Babali's ink. Babali's ink is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported. And that reason is... that's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was the victim, Mr. Manny Cochin. His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal condition under which to run a smuggling operation. But it's frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice. Now who am I going to whip to calm my nerves? Scruffy, come here, I need to whip you. Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds. You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested. Scruffy, feel the wrath of my whip. Francisca, you must know that Manny Cochin was a suspect in the KG-8 incident. Of course I know. On top of being the head of the smuggling ring, there's the matter of what really happened in that case. That needs to be resolved. Investigation complete. Yeah! And no strikes either. Awesome. Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be? Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu K. Faraday. You're under arrest for the murder of Manny Cochin. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me, I didn't do it! I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here, and he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes. What is that supposed to mean? I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime. Very well. I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are. To go up in a battle of wits against her. Why arrest Kay? Even your police confirm that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babali's embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. And most importantly, other than her, there is no one else in here with the body. The reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu. Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu. Look! How many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu. Imposter or not. It matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu. Very well, then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Manny Cochin. Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of. Battle time, yeah. Alright. Pressing time. They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that Yatagarasu that committed murder eluded us. Of course I chased after the Yatagarasu that entered the Babali's embassy right away. That is also why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, there's only this girl. Duh! In any case, this is what I believe happened tonight.
Hold it!
The confusion caused by the fire. Are you saying that the Yatagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire? A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire. It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst. Yeah. In a way. He could be considered a phantom with the way he randomly appears.
Hold it!
Just because she calls herself that, it doesn't prove that she is a killer. No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret." Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wants to steal them. So she killed Mr. Cochin for the key. I see. Her logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need. She wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Cochin for the key. Alrighty, well. If she wanted to steal the documents, why do we have them?
Objection!
Agent Sheena, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic. Oh? Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I am certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Cochin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents. For the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all. But perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Cochin had the key on him. If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact. Hold it. Need reason? All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key. Duh. But the fact still remains that Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death.
Objection!
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act. Hold it. Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes. What? Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her away behind bars. Round 2. Definitive evidence. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is a part of a special three-piece set, which has a design like no other. Evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There is no counter-argument. Ugh. That is your definitive evidence? You see now that she is definitely the killer, right? No, Mr. Edgeworth, you've got to believe me. I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear. And you came in here because you were caught chasing this suspicious person. That's right. That's right. I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. When I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... Ah! Who's there? This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl scream. And when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her. So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon. I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it. But the suspicious person in the black coat who came into the room before me. Hold it. You continue to insist there was such a person. But if there was, where did they go? That, I don't know. But I know they came in here. That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer. Not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's word, Mr. Edgeworth. Ugh. She has a point. Even if Kay's words are true. I must know that they are with some evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't... Kay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that. Hold it. Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument, if you can. Don't worry. I can and I will. Pressing everything.
Hold it!
Does this mean that you already have the results back? We've confirmed that the shape of the Babali's knife's blade matches the wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensic teams with your own.
Objection!
I won't if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear, I'd hardly say your logic is sound, which you will see in a bit. If you can prove me wrong, please, by all means, go ahead. That has been my intention all along. Now, let us return to your testimony.
Hold it!
You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes? I was also on the search for the Yatagarasu. When I heard that girl's scream coming from the room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw that girl standing there motionless with the knife in her hands. But I already told you, I only came in here because I was also after the Yatagarasu. The suspicious person I saw came into this room. When I entered, it was pitch dark. I felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned on the lights, and then... You found out that it was a murder weapon at your feet. How many times do I have to tell you? We can't trust the words of a suspect. The only thing you'll accept as evidence, is it? That's the only acceptable way to counter an agent of Interpol on the scene of a crime. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can prove me innocent? I think I do, because there is one piece of evidence I find to be a bit interesting. I think I need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again. I know which piece it is, it's actually the knife, but I want to just go through the rest of the dialogue.
Hold it!
How did we record this a couple times? So annoying. I ask that you please refrain from speculation. It's a sound hypothesis derived from the evidence. There's no room for debate. Duh!
hold it. Miles Edgeworth knows that an ungraceful loss will not be tolerated by my subordinate. Now rebut her hypothesis with factual logic, otherwise, what was your investigation for? Do not dare tarnish the good name of Von Karma. As my subordinate, you will feel the wrath of my whip. Ha ha! I like Francesca. Yes, you are correct. Thank you. Ha! Helping a subordinate out of advice is the job of any good superior. She seems to be rather enjoying herself, but she is correct, nonetheless. Agent Sheena, please continue with your testimony.
Hold it!
About the three-piece set, is there really no other like it? Let's ask Ambassador Poleno for more details, shall we? The knives are indeed special. They have the butterfly, the symbol of the Republic of Babal, engraved on them. And because there are only 3 of them in the world, they're very, very valuable. The national symbol, huh? Well, the knives are covered in the butterfly design. As the other bastions set, our respective countries only have 3 knives each. I see. Are you satisfied now? If so, let's continue.
Hold it!
No, I believe there is still room for debate, and I'll thank you to not decide that for me. I didn't decide anything for you. I'm merely looking at reality the way it is.
Objection!
Are you sure you're not just viewing the facts through rose-colored glasses? Mr. Edgeworth, I think she's mad at you. Perhaps. But our definition of reality are a tad different. Are the 2 of you done chatting? Agent Sheena's proof is the Babali's knife that Kay was allegedly holding. Yeah, so, how are you going to prove that Kay didn't do it, sir? If Agent Sheena wants to suspect Kay merely because Kay was the only one here, that must show us evidence that Kay couldn't have committed the murder. But do you have such evidence, sir? Yes. There is one piece of evidence that seems very unnatural to me. And I believe it is my duty to point that out to Agent Sheena. Okay, so as I said, it is knife on the second statement. Got it! So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth? What are you getting at? I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was, in fact, not the real murder weapon. It wasn't the real murder weapon? This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go? As you can see, the Babali's knife has now been disassembled into 2 parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. Sorry, a little slow on screen switching there. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Cochin was killed with the butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicion surrounding Kay. Knife handle jotted down. Your argument isn't airtight yet. How so? It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles. Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing? I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem. The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. you will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Cochin's killer. Well, there's blood on the knife. There's quite a bit of Mr. Cochin's blood on this knife. Thanks to being a prosecutor, I guess I have become accustomed to seeing blood. But this is not what is important right now. It helps me find the real thing I need to examine. What is this mark on here? It's a mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means. No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar. And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now, to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower was this. The embassy guide.
Take that!
You can't be serious. It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of Alabast's ornamental knives. This part of the knife handle has Babal's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Babali's in origin. But, as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, what exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Sheena? After the fire had broken out. That's right. Kay entered the Babali's embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire, which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer. Whoopee! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! What a great victory! They're all quiet. Hey! Why is everyone so quiet? I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife here? Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over. You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Thinking while you're on the run. Now that's the way a real thief operates. Okay. Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth, for proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did. You better have believed in me. Not really, but... Come on. You don't have to be so shy about it. Your argument is still not airtight. Would you care to elaborate? I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu. That again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay? Whether you're the real deal or a fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Objection!
Preposterous! On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing? The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu, that in itself is a most elegant proof. Miss Sheena. Yes? I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some impostor to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can. It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that. Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Sheena. Let me share something with you two, as a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay? Well, I guess we'd better get going. Going? To where? To the Kingdom of Alabast. If we don't go, we don't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Alabastian knife came from, we'll have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. Come on, you must uphold my reputation as my subordinate. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt. Understood. Time to get going, or it will be next time, because that's to be continued. We finished this part of the case. I hope you guys all enjoy. Please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think, and next time we will continue investigating the final case.